In this video, we're showing off secrets in Old Town at the start of Fear and Hunger Termina. Do you know everything there is to know about Termina? You want to bet? If there's a secret here talked about today and that you didn't know, you've got to leave a comment and say which one. And if you knew all of them, then, well, I'd like to make a new video. Deal? Before we start, this is the third video in the series, and I've created a playlist that includes all previous entries and will have any future videos included too. It'll be linked down in the description, so make sure you check it out. Without further ado, let's get into the secrets. Let's start from the eastern side of Old Town. There's a lot of passive townsfolk here slowly clawing their skin off, but there's two who will attack you on sight. Early in the game, they can be quite annoying to fight with their multiple attacks and high chance to infect, so it's usually better to avoid them if possible. But did you know there's a way to stop them from attacking? If you talk to them and ignore their threats twice in a row, then call their bluff, they'll turn passive too, like the other Moonscorch in the area. You can even bully them into giving you items. One gives you a cloth fragment, a consumable item that stops bleeding, and the other gives you a lucky coin. Pretty great loot for early in the game. Let's continue on through the town. While playing, you may have noticed this odd room in Old Town. The first time you enter it, a message pops up. This must be the television room. It's a bit weird and frankly mysterious, and has puzzled the community since the game came out. Recently though, there's been some serious strides towards figuring out this enduring mystery. Just kidding, nobody actually knows what the room is about yet, if there even is a larger mystery at all. But it's still a really interesting room regardless. Not only does this message pop up on screen, but each recruit has unique dialogue in this room. If you manage to figure out what this room might be about, let me know. But that's not the only interesting thing in this house. Just around the corner, we spy two moon-scorched townsfolk sitting quietly at the dinner table. When you walk into the room, they notice you and start attacking. But did you know that if you step carefully, you can avoid interrupting their dinner? If you notice a glass on the ground, and if you don't step on it, then they won't get up. Unfortunately, that means you miss out on picking up 3 shards of glass, which are an incredibly useful item, especially early in the game. So you have to judge whether or not it's worth fighting these guys for them. Usually I wait until I have a better weapon than a knife, at least. Just outside that house, we come to the Mayor's Manor, another place filled with unresolved mysteries. By the time most players reach this, they'll find the new mayor who invites you to share his dinner. Just be careful not to make him angry. But did you know that if you get here early enough and you don't interact with Abella first, you won't find the mayor here at all, but instead the contestant, Henrik. Usually people will find Abella and recruit her straight away because, frankly, she's very useful to have on your team. But doing this will make poor Henrik vanish. If you skip Abella and go straight for Henrik, then, well, Abella will vanish instead. It's one or the other, unfortunately. If you find Henrik here and help him out, he'll return to the train and cook you some delicious food. It can be quite useful. Oh, you did know that? Well, it was worth mentioning anyway. Ah, but did you know this one? While you're exploring the manor, you may have noticed some other strange things. Down in the basement where you find the food storage for Henrik, there's a locked door you can't open from the outside, no matter what you do. Did you know you can get down there from the balcony above it? In the room where you find the manor keys, there's a banister you can interact with to drop down with... Wait, what? Roots, huh? Well, as it turns out, this one's bugged at the moment, and you can climb down into the basement for free, when it's really only supposed to happen if you draw a Venushka sigil on the circle upstairs, where you meet the nice priest. Maybe this will be fixed in the future, but for now enjoy your free chest and fluted spell armor. Before you enter the Mayor's Manor, however, there is something you need to be careful about. There's a lot of books in Termina. There's some that teach you, the player, about mechanics, and they're pretty useful the first time you get them. But afterwards, they just kinda clog up the book drop list. Thankfully though, you can only get one copy of most of the books, with a couple of exceptions. If you get a lore book instead of the very useful Alchemilia, then don't worry, you won't get it again in that playthrough. The Mayor's Manor is potentially one of the first places you'll find a lot of bookshelves, and can completely change your run depending on what you find. But before you do that, there's one book you can take out of the drop pool for free. In the basement just outside the manor, next to the New God Circle, is a bookshelf that always gives you the book Occult Grimoires. It's very useful to understand how the different God Circles work, but it doesn't provide any gameplay benefit itself. Importantly, this shelf will always give Occult Grimoires even if you already have one. So make sure to grab it from this shelf before checking other bookshelves, or else you could have wasted an opportunity to get a skin Bible or recipe book. Continuing through Old Town, you'll remember our porcine friend Vile, right? He appears on the right hand side of the path next to the city gate, and will start chasing you if you get too close after a certain amount of time has passed. Fighting him early is pretty tough. He sprays you with poison and hits you with his canister each turn, dealing a lot of damage. It's usually better just to run away from him, but did you know there's an easy way to deal with him? When you fight him, talk to him. His speech is muffled because of his gas mask, so if you keep asking, "What was that?" Instant loss. Just make sure you bring a spare lucky coin, because if you don't exceed the coin flip, well... And if you thought the RNG on this secret was tough, well, just wait until the next one. The main way into the city from Old Town is through the gate. You need 2 keys to get in. The Lion Key from the Mayor, and the Eagle Key from the Bremen soldier in the bunker. There's some other ways in, like going through the sewers or using a Venushka sigil to make a path into the woods, but most of the time you'll be going through the main gate. Did you know you don't actually need the keys to open the main gate? If you get into the city another way and exit via the gates, they'll open. But, you know, that's kind of boring. You know there's actually another way you can open them? If you get really, really, really lucky and find bolt cutters, then you can just cut the chains off. Good luck though. In my 250 hours of playtime in Termina, I've never once gotten bolt cutters before entering the city, so I wouldn't count on it. So what do you reckon? How many did you know? I feel like this one is probably easier than the last one, since Old Town is the one area everybody explores a lot, but let me know down in the comments if there were any you missed. I just want to say sorry for taking so long between videos. I haven't been feeling very well lately and it's been slowing me down a lot. I do still stream every week on Thursday and Friday on this channel, so make sure to come say hi sometime. Thanks for watching. My name's More They Do, and I'll see you next time.